everyone, welcome to Southern Wreaths. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to my channel, give me a thumbs up and share my video, and be sure to join my wreath group. It's only $1.99 a month. You will get a video that is only for my members, so that's the only way you would be able to see it, and you only have to pay by the month. You don't have to pay every month if you don't want to. Today I'm going to show you how I make this really bright and fun wreath. These are the supplies I'm planning on using to make this wreath. Now I know this looks like a big mess, but hear me out. Okay, so I am going to go through and use scraps. I have tons of scraps of mesh, of ribbon. Like, I know some of you might throw your stuff away. I don't. I keep everything. So I have like this little bit left. That'll only do like 2 pieces of ribbon. I've literally got 1 piece of this. Some of these rolls have a good amount on them, but I like the colors. So my goal with picking out the patterns was to get colors that are patterns. Like, there's no pumpkins or witches or anything like that. It's just the solid colors and patterns, polka dots, chevron, the harlequin, stuff like that. I got stripes. And then I have these that I've used before. So I'm going to do the bundle thing like I did before. But it's just going to be different. I'm going to have ruffle bundles with some of this mixed in. And I'll just show you as I'm going along my vision. And we're going to see how it turns out. The last time I did a bundle wreath, I ended up using 12 bundles. I'm not sure if that's going to work with using this 10-inch mesh, but we can see what happens. So I'm going to make each one individually. They're all going to look differently, but they're all going to have like the same basic formula or recipe or whatever you'd want to call it. So I will end up with a 24-inch ruffle base. I may end up with 2. I haven't decided yet. And then I'm probably going to add some of this, probably 1 of each color. I don't know if I'll put them both together because I don't want them to be too matchy-matchy. I want it to be really fun. And then I'll probably add 2 big ribbons, and then the 1.5-inch ribbon, I'm wanting to make like a quick 4-loop bow, and I'll show you that as I get to it. So for my first one, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and cut. Now you can see this mesh is definitely scrap mesh. I've had it for a while. It's a little damaged right here. I'm not really gonna worry about that too much because once I ruffle it, you won't be able to see it. All right, so my mat is backwards. I need to fix that, but for right now, I know that's 24 inches. I'm going to use my bow dabber to hold. You could also use a chip clip. I do suggest having something to hold it because of how much we're going to add into the bundle. Or you could just have your pipe cleaner available and twist each thing into it, and you can open it and add the next thing. So use what you have. If you don't have a bow dabber, don't worry about getting one just to make bundles. Okay, so for my base, I've got my 10-inch ruffle that's cut at 24 inches. Let's see, do I want to do, I think I'll do the black metallic. Make it a tiny bit prettier. Got this one at 24 inches. And the mesh I have here, it's probably not going to be enough to make the whole wreath, so I'll just kind of improvise as I go. I know I have more orange over there, and I think I have some more purple. Again, make another ruffle. Add that in. Now for my ribbons. So I think for my first one, I'm going to do the green on top, which I have an open one down here. Let's see how much of this I have. Something like this, I'm just going to add it in just because I have it and I want to get rid of it. It's not even 12 inches, so it might even just end up being a loop. We'll see. Let me see. I don't have any green, but I am going to put that green, so let's do this one. I'm going to cut it 12 inches. If I can find my scissors. And then I will dovetail all of my ribbons. And you don't have to just do Halloween with this. Anything that you have a lot of ribbon left over with, you could do this. Or you could just do it with ribbon, period. You don't have to have leftover ribbon. I just want to use up what I've got. I'm going to go ahead and use this one. I believe it's already 12 inches. Close enough. I only have this one piece, so I'm just going to use it. Kind of make an X. Okay, so what I was saying about the loops. So I will use a little bit more of my 1.5 inch ribbon. So I'm going to make a loop. I'm going to say 4 inches. So I've got my loop. I grab it. I'm going to make another one. It's the same length. You just lift it up and then grab that one. So I'm holding 2 loops in my hands. Maybe I'll just do 3 loops. I like the way 3 looks. And I'll grab that. I'm going to trim that away. Then I'm going to lay it sideways like that in my bundle. And then what I'll do is you can either put this underneath and lift up. I'm just going to pull the whole thing out. I'm making sure that I'm holding tight. I don't want these loops to come loose. And then I'm just going to take my pipe cleaner, and I'm just going to use a full pipe cleaner. Wrap it around, being sure to get my loops in there. Pull it really tight and twist. And I twist it several times. Alright, these I'm just going to trim away. And then I'll kind of fluff everything. You definitely want your ruffles to overlap. You want to be able to see your ribbons. And then fluff your loops. So that will be one bundle. And I know that doesn't look like a lot, but once we get all of the colors and everything mixed together, I think it's really going to be pretty. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to start with 10 and see what that looks like, and then I'll add everything to my wreath. Maybe I'll do 8 first and see if I need any, because these are bigger than the other ones that I needed 12, so we'll see. Alright, we can make the second one together too. Let's do purple this time. Now I do have this ribbon, and this is the really crappy like ribbon that frays. I'm going to use this for some loops too. It does have wire in it, but it's not very thick wire. So if I end up not using it, I'm not going to cry about it. And you could put a poof base down if you wanted to. And you could add these bundles into pipe cleaners like I normally make my ruffle wreaths. You don't have to do bundles. I just think it's fun, and you don't need as much. Oh, I cut my finger with the rotary cutter. That's no fun. And I'll try my best to link everything below, but some of this stuff I've had for a while, so I don't know that I'll be able to find a link. I usually try to find something that's close to it. Alright. I think I want to black it. Well, I've got black and white, so let's do, I like this one. This, and see that's going to use most of that, which I'm fine with because I'm using up my scraps. Put that in. And maybe we'll do this one. Yeah, I could see using leftover Christmas ribbons with stuff like this, or even like your everyday ribbons or wreaths where you use like the browns and the blacks and whites. This would be nice. Right, now let's do purple. Now another way that you could make your loops is just use your bow dabra. Since I have so much in there, the bow dabra is probably not going to be much help. So I'm not too concerned about it, but do whatever is easiest for you. With this black and white mesh, it really needs to be cut with a wood burning tool. I did one bundle with the small mesh, doubling it over and making a ruffle. I tried to do the orange one and it ended up half of it coming out, so I just decided to do the loops again. So I just wanted to show you how I did that. So if you see it and you're not sure what's going on, I have a video where I did the entire wreath with the loop bundles, and I will link it here. Oh, well, that one's already cut for me. Okay, so what I do is I cut it at 24 inches and then I lay it out on my mat and then I overlap at the 12, probably an inch on either side. And then I just kind of gather it and stick it in my bow dabra. On the other video, I wanted them to be opposite, so I did add it differently. But this one, I just kind of crisscross it. And then once I get it done, I fluff it. And then I'll just continue adding my ribbon. You know what? I don't know that I showed y'all how I was doing the loops now. So I'll show you that real fast. Okay, so I take my ribbon and I make a loop and then I go over to my mat. Make sure it's 4 inches and I make sure I've got a little bit left over just so I don't accidentally pull it through. And then I'm going to take this ribbon and lay it over. Pull it up to where it's even. Squeeze it. And then do another loop over here and just using that first loop to help me measure. And then I hold that, and then I put that whole thing into the bow dabra. That was the easiest way for me to figure it out. I'll grab it on, pull it out, and I'm just going to show you how I fluff it with the looped mesh. Alright, so I'll overlap my ruffles like I normally do. And then for this, I want to pull it to make sure it's covering everything. Then I will fluff out my ribbons and fluff my loops. Alright, I've got 8 bundles done, and I'm going to go ahead and start adding them to my frame. I am going to tell you, I'm not going to link all of these ribbons below because that's going to take a really long time. So if there is a ribbon that you want to know where I got it specifically, just ask me in the comments and I will do my best to find the link to it. Okay, so I tried to separate them a little bit by color. I have a ton of the purple, so I want to make sure I get that spaced out. And then of course these black and white ones I want spaced out. So I'm going to start. So I take my pipe cleaners and I'm going to use the 2 center rings. So I'm going to put a pipe cleaner on either side, or a piece of the pipe cleaner on either side. Pull it straight back and then twist it tightly. It is tight to where it's not going to come undone. It's not so tight that I can't move it back and forth. That's very important. You want to be able to move it because you you know, it's better to add it that way. So I'm going to go through and quickly add these, and then we'll see if I need more bundles. Okay, it looks like I just need one more, so I'll end up with 9 bundles. So if you wanted to make 9 or 10, you could probably do that. I didn't want them too smushed, but I feel like I really need one here. I could probably spread them out a little bit, but I like all the messy colors together. So I'm going to make another bundle and add it. Once I'm done adding all of my bundles, I'll go through and wrap all of these pipe cleaners around the frame. You could also trim them away if you want. I don't like doing that because if I change my mind later. That's how I made my very colorful Halloween wreath. I will go through and mess with these ribbons for a very long time until I'm happy with the way everything looks. Remember, if y'all have any questions about the ribbons, just send me a message or comment, or you can email me and I can let you know where I got them. But that's it. That's how I made my wreath. If y'all have any questions, you can leave them in the comments below, or you can always email me at craftingwithlee@yahoo.com. Thanks so much for watching, and if y'all learned anything today or like my video, please like, share, subscribe, and be sure to become a member of my wreath group. It's only $1.99 a month.